Hey everyone, Khan here. I'm going to be teaching you some tips for Venom in Marvel vs. Capcom 2. Venom is everyone's favorite combo between black and white other than Michael Jackson, so here's a handy guide video to assist you in learning how to play as him. Venom is a very straightforward character with nothing super crazy going on with his playstyle. He's a great choice for beginners due to his easy execution and cross-up, mix-up, and punish potential due to his fast normals whilst being able to swing through the air whenever you want. His moves have a large hitbox, so it's easy to punish larger characters like Juggernaut or Sentinel. However, his main weakness is that he lacks a lot of solid defensive options and can be predictable if your opponent is experienced with the matchup. Some of Venom's pros include that his playstyle is easy to grasp and understand. He has one of the biggest snapbacks in the game as it's very wide. His specials take up big portions of the screen with large hitboxes. He has very good damage and hit potential from any range on the screen due to his speed and command grab, and he has an air dash which provides him with extra mobility. Some of Venom's cons include that overall, he is a predictable character who gets punished big time by opponents. He's also very large, which means that he's pressured more often than smaller characters. His good moves that you'll be using often have long recovery that leave him open to getting punished. And his defensive options, while good for a low to mid tier like him, will crumple under the pressure of a fast character like Magneto. Venom is not known for his assists, which means that they all pretty much suck. Venom Fang is decent due to its quick startup and recovery, and Death Bite can be used at times as a scuffed anti-air in neutral to mess with your opponent. I would suggest going with Death Bite, as it's the least bad one out of the bunch. Standing Light Punch is a quick attack that has great range for a jab whilst having good priority. It has 9 frames of startup, 3 active frames, and 20 recovery frames. Standing Medium Punch is Venom's primary launcher, and it does decent damage with slightly less range than Standing Light Punch. It has 10 frames of startup, 6 active frames, and 29 recovery frames. Standing Heavy Punch is one of the coolest looking moves in the game, and it can be linked into Venom Fang in the corner for big damage. However, it's quite laggy. It has 8 frames of startup, 8 active frames, and 8 recovery frames. Standing Light Kick is a generic low kick, and it's usually avoided due to Standing Light Punch having a larger hitbox. It has 6 frames of startup, 1 active frame, and 21 recovery frames. With Standing Medium Kick, Venom attacks low with his symbiote snake looking things. This move is great for comboing into Death Bite as it hits twice and has great priority. It has 6 frames of startup, 24 active frames, and 22 recovery frames. Standing Heavy Kick acts as a powerful, stationary version of Venom Rush. It has a decent hitbox and good damage, but it's hard to combo out of. It has 14 frames of startup, 3 active frames, and 40 recovery frames. Crouching Light Punch is just Standing Light Punch, but it hits low and is used for starting combos. It has 9 frames of startup, 3 active frames, and 11 recovery frames. With Crouching Medium Punch, Venom uses his Mountain Dew stained tongue to hit the opponent, whilst having decent range and being able to combo into special moves or Death Bite. It has 13 frames of startup, 6 active frames, and 32 recovery frames. Crouching Heavy Punch is pretty much just Standing Heavy Punch but low. It has 11 frames of startup, 6 active frames, and 39 recovery frames. Crouching Light Kick is fast, but there's not much else to say as it's a fairly basic move. It has 6 frames of startup, 5 active frames, and 14 recovery frames. Crouching Medium Kick involves Venom attacking with his symbiote spikes with short range. It has 10 frames of startup, 3 active frames, and 35 recovery frames. As Venom Sweep, Crouching Heavy Kick is somewhat slow, but it has a large hitbox, good priority, and decent damage. It has 14 frames of startup, 5 active frames, and 44 recovery frames. Jumping Light Punch is a standard punch move that is good for starting air combos. It has 6 frames of startup, 14 active frames, and 8 recovery frames. With Jumping Medium Punch, Venom uses more Mountain Dew to poison the opponent whilst hitting upwards in air combos. It has 9 frames of startup, 5 active frames, and 24 recovery frames. With Jumping Heavy Punch, Venom uses his Hentai arm to hit the opponent with a good priority. It has 12 frames of startup, 5 active frames, and 32 recovery frames. Jumping Light Kick is one of Venom's best jump-in attacks due to its good priority. It has 6 frames of startup, 12 active frames, and 8 recovery frames. Jumping Medium Kick is great due to Venom's entire body turning into a hitbox. It has good priority, and it's useful as a follow-up attack from a jump in. It has 11 frames of startup, 5 active frames, and 16 recovery frames. Jumping heavy kick is like a Venom Rush, but it rotates for longer whilst hitting the opponent twice with great priority. It's a fantastic tool to either start or end combos with, or to keep your opponent away from you. It has 12 frames of startup, 6 active frames, and 18 recovery frames. While I don't know this move's frame data, Venom's forward throw can be used to start combos as it traps the opponent in place with a giant web. Venom's primary special move, Venom Fang, makes Venom leap forward either on the ground or in the air, hitting the opponent multiple times. It has short startup, so it's easy to combo into Venom Fang. The heavy version travels further and does more damage overall. It's also useful to end air combos with. Venom Rush involves Venom sending a symbiote on the ground to hit the opponent from a distance. You can't combo into this move normally due to the long startup, but it can be used occasionally in neutral to get some sneaky damage on your opponent. You'll get punished if you use this move too often though. Hitting the opponent horizontally with light or diagonally upwards with heavy, Web Throw is a command grab that involves Venom hitting the opponent from a distance and then slamming them into the ground multiple times. It has slow startup, but really good damage if it connects. You can button mash and rotate the stick for more hits if this move connects. It's mostly used as an unexpected full screen counter. Venom Web makes Venom jump into the air, trapping the opponent and making them deal with a barrage of attacks. It even works if the opponent is in the air or behind you. However, it has long startup, which means you won't be comboing into it with either Venom's solo combos or from another character via a DHC. Death Bite is like Venom Rush on steroids. It goes full screen and traps the opponent inside of it. It has very fast startup and great damage, so it's easy to combo into or DHC into this move. Doing this move after a forward throw is guaranteed to hit for nice damage. However, doing Death Bite in the corner will make a majority of the move whiff, so only do this move when not in the corner. The most basic combo for Venom is the Magic series, and it does decent damage. You can add more damage onto the end via a light or heavy Venom Fang when you're in the air. Most Venom combos are short and end in either a special or super move. Some of Venom's popular partners are Spider-Man, Wolverine Adamantium, Blackheart, Gambit, Akuma, Doctor Doom, Jill, Cable, Cyclops, Jin, Captain Commando, and Ken for their assists and playstyles that all complement Venom and help him to achieve his fullest potential in a match. Try messing around with these and other characters to see what kind of combos and setups you can pull off. That's all I've got when it comes to Venom. Overall, Venom is a straightforward beginner character that can do big damage when his special moves hit. He has good mobility in the air and a command grab that can catch your opponent off guard. Thanks for making it to the end of the video. I'll have more coming out soon, so I'll see you there.